G'day, I'm David G, Sheshnag Yoga Center. What on earth is Kundalini? This video is about my recent workshop with Arion Light. Just recently went to a workshop in Melbourne, facilitated by one of my mentors, Arion Light, a man that is so beautiful in his embodiment of vulnerability that I personally want to be a bit more like that, a bit more courageous and a bit more willing to feel deep into my being to be able to freely show it. He's also a bit of a klutz, but he's witty as anything, so I find it really beautiful. Most people find him beautiful. You just got to look into his eyes in a moment of bliss and it's like, oh bro, the universe is in there mixed with a little vulnerable child. So the workshop was beautiful. It was based on the concept of, he's a bit of a sly dog. He calls your spirit or God essence. So that gets past most people's blockages in regards to dogmatic interpretation of God or soul and shit like that. So he goes, oh, okay, well, it's about connecting with your essence through breath, movement and sound, and then bringing that into an embodiment, and then being able to, from that embodiment and stability and knowing the feeling of embodied essence, then being able to bring that into action in the world. So it went for 12 hours on the Saturday and then 8 hours on the Sunday. And during that time it was so beautiful to see these people come together. There was over 80 people there, and the 80 people were going through their own process, and it was beautiful how there was many levels of support. There was the foundational members who were responsible for the PA and the marketing and the whole structure of the place. There were the space cadets or cowboys, something like that. So they were there to make sure everyone was set up for physically in the right way, making sure that seats were set up and whatever else. The environmental aspect of the workshop was prepared by beautiful volunteers on the crew. And then there was a support crew that was actually designed or designated to oversee the process as everyone was happening, and if anyone was going through an intense cathartic emotional experience, then the support crew with their skills and their knowledge to do with the embodiment process would step in and support those people. Yeah, so there was a lot of emphasis on safety and being able to be vulnerable in that space. There was also, like, being a human, there's also this thing going on where there's like, I call it, thanks to one of the participants, the accelerated evolution complex, which is to do with, you go in from your everyday life, who knows how much work you're doing, but then somewhere in there you start saying that you're this universe and you're this embodied love, and you forget that there's actually this way be human aspect of you influencing or operating in the background. So you don't want to get caught up on the expedited evolutionary complex, because that doesn't have longevity with it. There's also, as a human, you like to compare yourself, you know, like I like to compare myself subconsciously and consciously. So in that, there was this thing going on where it's like, oh bro, he's moving in this way. Oh, they're making this noise. Oh, they're breathing this way. And then I start thinking, oh shit, I might be doing it wrong. But in actual fact, I'm not doing it wrong, because at the start and throughout the process, Arion and Nick, who co-ran the process or the workshop, they were actually emphasising throughout it, which gave me great reassurance because of the vulnerability and the honesty of these two, saying that, mate, they're humans too. Gave me great reassurance that you don't have to compare yourself. Everyone's on their own journey. So it was beautiful to sit back and go, okay, well, I'm on my own journey. I'm solid enough in my own journey now. I'm a very lucky person because my mission's crystal clear. My challenge is the embodiment process, to feel into my being and be solidly grounded on the planet through my feet in the human framework in a densified interpretation and expression of divinity. So to be human is a real big challenge for me. But I was solid in trying to do the practices in a way that was suited for me and my energy at the time and my feelings and what I needed from it. Of course, there's the opportunity to step out on the comfort zone edge and ride that home. You don't have to go over the top though. So the workshop itself was beautiful. It's called Warriors Rising, and it's to do with connecting, embodying, and then putting that into action through feeling your essence, and then being able to express that in your own unique way. Like there was a part of the workshop where they're talking about action, and they're talking about donating to causes and helping these people and helping these people. I said, oh mate. I said to the dude next to me, he goes, what's your action? Because you had to like reflect at times with people next to you or in triads. I said, I know that I'm messed up as a human and I'll keep fumbling around in human form with my subconscious dominance, but it's probably not as dominant as some. I said, but I'm messy, mate, right? I'm human. In that humanness, I know that we're going into a new paradigm on the planet. In my humanness, I don't know if I want to go out and conquer the world. So all I do to assist the planet and the transformation into the new paradigm, I sit in my temple during sunrise and chant Sanskrit mantras. He said, really? That's awesome! He said, that's out there, but it's totally awesome, bro. So he really got it, and he got the fact that it was out there, because it's like, can't your mission just be like go and feed the poor or donate to a foreign country where you're not going to see the money but it's going to help people's lives? So that's my action, and also to do videos like this where I talk about everyday experiences and acknowledge beauty, and people like Arion Light, who to me is like my new Love Messiah, to bring it in and how he embodies it, and the connection that I have with Arion is very valuable to me because he is what he represents is a really beautiful and messed up interpretation of being fully on mission. So that's my action, making videos, writing books, have a website, and the Goal of Yoga documentary, for instance, is trying to spread the knowledge of Kundalini and the reality of the anatomical framework that connects us to the experience of spiritual illumination, or the direct experience of divinity in a universal form. So that's my action, and I just wanted to share about the workshop. It's beautiful and I recommend it to anyone. I'm so enthralled by it that I feel like going back in 3 months for another workshop of exactly the same experience. So see how I go, see if I get to it. I might just go to Menergy instead and hang out with 200 lads in a secret men's business cave. So who knows where it'll lead. Just wanted to acknowledge Arion and the work that he does on the planet, and how he weaves his magic and how he brings people together to perpetuate the energy of love and unity and connection, and working for the cause of the transition into the new paradigm of the unified reality of the human soul. So thank you, and share the world. Om David G. Sheshnag Yoga Center. What on earth is Kundalini? Sheshnag Mandir. Peace. Bye.